Can you confirm whether I am audible or not?
Yes, I can hear.
All right. And hope you all have received the today paper from the vLearning team. Okay, then I will directly go to the discussion of the question number 9 and 8 under that question paper. So here you can see my question paper, right? Right. So some students said didn't receive the paper. So Vindya, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Can you share the given paper to chat? You
Okay,
have
sir.
that?
Okay, sir. I will.
Okay, great, great. Then she will share to the Zoom chat. Then you can download it, right? Okay. Then already you know about the paper structure. Hope then yesterday we discussed the paper structure for the vLearning students. For other student, I will give a small introduction about the paper. Then what is the structure of the paper CPT for August 2023. So here you can see there are 3 sections in your past paper, right? There are 3, right? Section A, Section B, and Section C. So under the Section A, there are 4 questions, 20 marks. 20 marks. For Section B, 30 marks. 30 marks, 3 questions, 10 marks per each question. So here the Section C, 50 marks. There are 2 questions. Basically, you know, question number 9 and 8. 9 is individual taxation, 25 marks. Here, question number 9 is company taxation. So under the Section B, 30 marks, 3 questions. What are those 3 questions? SWAT and VAT. And then here partnership and tax administration. Right? Under the Section A, there are 4 questions. Resident status, case law, and then one of the TDL, share transaction levy or stamp duty. This time there is a new tax introduced to your curriculum, the SSCL, social security contribution levy. Regarding that, please try to keep in mind the rate is 2.5%. Then who should liable to pay SSCL? Yesterday also we had a discussion about that. So here importers, manufacturers, and service providers. Not only that, wholesale and retail. So those who are not received the model paper, what I am going to discuss today, then now you can download from your Zoom chat. The vLearning team already uploaded that model paper to the Zoom chat. So hope you all can see that and download it. So this is the paper structure. So today I'm trying to my best to cover these 4 questions, right? But with time format, I will discuss. However, I will promise to discuss question number 9 and 8. During the discussion, then you can ask questions, right? you can raise your voice, and if you have any questions, then you can send message to the WhatsApp chat as well. Then I will response to WhatsApp chat. Sorry, yeah, Zoom chat, right? Not to WhatsApp. Okay. Then question number, then I will start a discussion from the question number 9. So here, hope you all have received the question paper. So you can see the question number 9. The Kavisha is a chartered engineer attached to leading construction company in Sri Lanka. Then this information given, right, for his income for the year of assessment 2022 and 2023, right? He works as a site engineer for year of assessment 2022 and 2023. You can see following information. The gross salary per month given as 300,000. Then not only that, there is arrears salary. Arrears salary in year of assessment 21 and 2022 received during, not here, there should be small correction here, 2022 and 2023. The arrears salary in 2021 and 2022 received during the year of assessment 2022 and 2023. That is the year of assessment which we are considered for our discussion. Not only that, the company has provided him a car with fuel, his son's school fee paid by the company, 180,000 for the year. The medical benefit from common scheme operated by the company is 300,000. Then APIT deducted by the company with the consent of the Kavisha, 36,000. Right? Actually, no need the consent, right? Either consent received or not. Then employer responsible to deduct the relevant APIT after 1st January 2023. No need the consent right now. So these are the information provided under the employment income. And further, they have given, she received a share of profit from a partnership where he also was a partner during the year, 2.3 million on his applicable on this applicable partnership tax credit available for the Kavishi is 108,000. So if there is a tax credit available under the partnership, so you can deduct that as a tax credit. Now there are two tax credit available, partnership tax credit and APIT. This also tax credit. Then my dear students, regarding this APIT, the only thing that you need to know, if you have any paid APIT in your exam, what you need to do, you are supposed to deduct that as a tax credit. That's all. Then no need to know in how you want to calculate this APIT and all, but it is better to get the general understanding by referring the APIT. Who should liable, what is the threshold of income liable to pay APIT. This APIT is the advanced personal income tax, right? So there is an advance payment of the income tax, right? Therefore, you can deduct that paid APIT as a tax credit when you calculate the balance tax payable. Right. So that is the introduction about that, the employment income in this case, right? So we'll see there is a partnership tax credit as well as the profit from the partnership, right? Then he owns an electric shop also. There is a business income. So the income statement for the year year 2022 and 2023 also given as follows. Then you know the profit, net profit is 1,551 in 1,000 rupees in 1,000, otherwise 1,551,000. So that is the net profit. When you calculate this net profit, they have deduct purchase start here start salary, not start, right? It should be staff salary, rent, electricity, water, telephone, other expenses, depreciation, and donations. So then here you have to apply section 11. Section 11, now you know what is the meaning of section 11. The expenses which are allowed to deduct as an expense. Here the general rule is what? Any expenses which incurred to the production of the business income, you can deduct within that year of assessment other than the capital nature expenses. So here you can see the purchase, staff salary, water, electricity, telephone, rent, other expenses. Normally, those are need to incur production of the income. Therefore, simply you can see these expenses are allowed. But you know, the depreciation and donations not allowed to deduct as an expense when you calculate the business income. Right? So instead of the depreciation, you can calculate the capital allowances. Instead, as here donation, you can take as qualifying payment under section 52. Let's see how we can do that, right? So the computer purchase in 2020 and 2021 cost of 800,000 was there in business. There is no other asset to claim the capital allowance. That means only one asset available to get the capital allowances. So here 800,000, how much the capital allowance rate per annum? How much? What is the capital allowance rate? Anyone? What is the capital allowance rate? There are 37 students log into the session. So please tell me. Yes, one student given the answer as 20%. You know, any asset, any computer after purchase 1st April 2018, that's 20%. So how much here? Then you can calculate 180,000. So you can take that as an capital allowances, right? So when you are doing the question in your exam, my suggestions as well as my advice is to first you need to read the question very carefully and you need to note down all the necessary items as what I am doing here, right? So the Kavesha rented his part of the residence of the business. Monthly rent is 60,000. No repair made during the year, but the rate paid is 60,000. Right? Kavesha rented his part of residence to a business, right? So that is a investment income. So they have nothing given about what? Withholding tax. So why withholding tax is not applicable? You know, regarding the rent income, the relevant withholding tax is 10%, but the 10% you need to charge or you need to pay if your monthly rent is more than 100,000. But in this question, the monthly rent is only 60,000. So you are not liable to pay withholding tax on that, right? So he has a fixed deposit in bank on that gross interest received as 360,000 gross interest. And then relevant withholding tax deducted. That means this 360,000 is not the amount received after withholding tax deduct. This is the gross amount. Then you will receive 342,000. That means 360,000 into 95%, because the 5% is the withholding tax. So you will receive 342,000 in cash. However, you know, when you take interest income for the calculation of the investment income, you have to take that gross interest. If the examiner given as net interest, you have to convert it into gross interest and you need to add to the investment income. So that deducted withholding tax, you can take that as an tax credit. So then Kavisha made the following expenses: donation to COVID fund of government 100,000. So donation to the approved charity which provide care and needy people, care to needy people, there is 100,000. That's a cash donation. So we'll see what is the applicability of the donation under the section 52. We'll see when we are doing that, right? You are supposed to calculate following things for the assess following things for the year of assessment 2022 and 2023: taxable income, gross income tax payable, balance tax payable, and the exempted income if any applicable. So I will draw the structure now, right? You can do with me, or else you can concentrate on my calculation, then you can do later, right? Whatever the way. Then Kavisha, Mr. Kavisha. Can you see my shared screen?
Yes, sir.
Right, thank you. Calculation of tax liability for the year of assessment 2022 and 2023. That is the year of assessment applicable in your exam. So I will use rupees in thousand here, right? So I read the question, then I identified there were employment income, and there were three income: employment income and business income, investment income. There were no other income. The business income, there are two business, right? Then I will write down here. There were two in business: electric shop and partnership. Then all together we can tell as total assessable income. Once you get the total assessable income, you can deduct section 52 . Qualifying payment and relief. Right. Now you know what are the applicable qualifying payment and relief for individual, right? Then you have to calculate this employment income, note 1. Then under that electric shop, you need to calculate note 2, the investment note 3. And if you have any concern or in doubt, you can raise your voice and ask questions. Then I will help you to solve that problems, right? So don't worry, don't be shy, right? So then taxable income. The taxable income is there. You know that gross tax liability will calculate based on the taxable income by applying the relevant tax rate. So I will discuss the tax rate for individual in this case, right? So gross tax liability. So then you can deduct what? Tax credit. Now you know there were three tax credit. There were three tax credit, right? Then what are those three tax credit available? Anyone? There were APIT pay. Then yes, partnership tax credit. Very good. Then
WHT
withholding tax on.
interest.
Then I am familiar with this voice. What is your name?
I'm Pavi, sir. Pavitra.
Pavitra, yes.
Yeah.
Then withholding tax on interest.
Interest.
Is there any installment paid in this section? Self-assessment payment? No, they
No.
have nothing given. So once you deduct all these things, then you can calculate what? Balance tax payable. Right, we'll see how we can calculate these things, right? So here, first you need to calculate the employment income, note 1. So I will do that calculation, note 1. Employment income. So you can calculate that. So there is no much income under that. So let's calculate the employment income. So please help me. Gross salary per month given. So always you need to get the gross salary without deducting anything per month. 300,000 rupees in 1000 here, right? 300,000 into 12. So even I'm getting 12 here because they have nothing given about the start of the employment. So you have to be careful when you are doing the examinations. Then sometime examiner may be creative and he will give some information like the employment has start uh, not 1st April 2022, 1st May 2022. At that time, you are not able to multiply it by 12. So you have to take 11. So then most probably such kind of complicated area will not test in your exam. Then directly you can take that 12 because examiner will not that much of tough, but you are better to ready such kind of things, right? Then no issue, no issue if the examiner is tough, right? So you can see the gross salary per month is 300,000. Now arrears salary. Normally arrears salary you have to take as an income when you received it in cash. Here, therefore, even though that the arrears salary is relevant to the 2021 and 2022, right? 2021 and 2022, that salary received during the year of assessment 2022 and 2023. That means our year of assessment. So that should be taken. That should be taken as income for the received year because the employment income we calculate based on the cash basis, right? So the company has provided him a car with fuel. Then how much the vehicle benefit? Then how much the vehicle benefit? How you can calculate that? So here when the employer provide vehicle benefit, what is the value per car per month? How much?
20,000.
Yes, very correct. 20,000. And fuel?
20,000.
So altogether, you need to add as an 40,000, right? So vehicle benefit. Vehicle benefit. Here 20 plus 20 into 12, then 480. Yes. Then here, how we can do this adjustment, right? Then his son's school fees paid by the company, 180,000 for the year. Is that a benefit for individual? Is that a benefit? Is that a benefit? Because he received this reimbursement or payment of his son's school fee or yes, school fee due to the employment. Due to the employment. If the Kavisha is not an employee, his benefit will not receive. So it should be taken as a benefit. Son's school fee how much? 180. So then medical benefit received from common scheme. Common scheme operated by the company. The common scheme means all the employees treated equally. All the employees treated equally. That means company has a common policy to policy for the medical bill reimbursement. So if all employees are treated in equally, now you know the kind of medical bill or medical expense reimbursement under that the same or equal policy is not included in the employment income. Clear or not clear? If the examiner given there is no equal or common scheme for the medical bill, so that should be included. But in this case, then we have to exclude that item. Exclude, right? So it should not be taken. Exclude, but you have to write down it as exclude, right? Exclude, right? Doesn't matter whether that is exempted also, right? But the correct word is the excluded. But even you write down as exempted, then examiner will consider that as an correct answer. Right. So there is two message. We'll see what are those two message. Okay, that's from our admin, right? Student, please select Nuwan Sameera's form of the chat. You can't see. And the subject related questions is also concern, right? That means you can send me direct messages, right? So then if you want send me personally, please select me in a chat, or otherwise you can send to the everyone. So doesn't matter, right? So the medical bill payment. So is there any concern or questions, doubt about that area?
So I have a doubt.
Sorry?
So I have a doubt, sir, to ask.
Yes.
Sir, is that a non-cash benefit or it's not a cash benefit?
Oh, that is a here in this case a medical bill payment, no? Right? That is a
Yes.
non-cash benefit.
So, sir, in your tube, sir, you have given that if it is if it is on equal terms,
Yeah.
we should take the 100% of the cost, right?
No.
Why we?
No. If it is equal, we should not take. Then I will show it to you, right? So wait.
Okay, okay, sir.
Right. Then so I will show the theoretical aspect. Hope you are genuine, no?
Yes, sir.
Right. So wait, and then I will show that. Then let's go with solving that issue. Then it is very easy to you, right? So wait. So in your tute, I will share your tute, right? So yeah, under the, as I remember, it should be under the employment income, isn't it?
Yes, sir, and the employment income.
Right. We'll see if there any mistake in that tute, right? So I will rectify if there is such case. Here you are talking about this one, as I think if I was not mistaken here. That's a non-cash benefit, so it should be under this one, eh? Isn't it? Under
yes,
if,
sir. Yes.
under if, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Please read carefully. A discharge or reimbursement of the person's dental, medical, or health insurance expenses where the benefit is not available to all full-time employees on a same grade or service on equal term. Not available. Highlight it.
Okay, sir.
If that benefit is not available to all full-time employees in equal term, then you have to take 100%. Clear or not clear?
Yes, sir.
Then I hope you have you received the answer for your question.
Yes, sir.
I have correctly given it, right?
Yeah.
You
I will read it carefully.
Yes. Then please here the point is not available, right?
Not available. Okay.
The not available means there is no equal policy, right?
Okay.
If there is no equal policy, that means it should be consider as an employment income. Sorry, yes, employment income. But in this case, they have indirectly given, right? Here you can see the benefit received from
Received from common scheme.
common scheme. The common scheme means there is a policy, equal policy, right?
Yes. Okay, sir.
So that's why we take that we are not take that as a benefit, right? So any other employment income this case, there is APIT, so it should be 36,000. That should be taken as an tax credit. So here 36. You can deduct 36. Right. So then he received the share of the profit from partnership where he also was a partners during the year of assessment. So 2.3 million. So directly we can take that 2.3 million as a business income here. Not there, no need any note. Here how much? 2.3 million. Sorry, 2.3 million. In 2,300. So under that 2,300, now you know way of get the tax credit available to Kavis under the partnership side, right? Don't think about how you get it that, right? So that the 108,000, you need to take that as an tax credit under that. Yeah, that is the only application about that tax credit. So then we can move into the second second note. So note number 2. So you can get the total balance here, right? Later. The note 2. Business income. So first of all, you have to take what? Profit before tax. How much? In this case, the profit before tax, that should be the net profit, 1,551,000 rupees in 1,551. So these all the expenses, the purchase, salary, rent, electricity, water, telephone, other expenses are directly relevant expense which incurred to production of the business income. So there is no doubt you can deduct that as an expense, right? So the other one is the depreciation and donation. So this depreciation, you have to add back how much, and the donation. Then here depreciation is about 200,000 and 50,000 donation. So add all together, and then you can get what? Capital allowances. Capital allowance. But in this donation, they have nothing given whether the donation made to approved charity or government institute or cash or goods, nothing, right? They have given nothing. So we cannot deduct this donation, 50,000 worth of donation under the section 52, right? Here we have already calculated the capital allowances per year of assessment, that 160,000 you can deduct that as an expense. Right? So how you got that? 800,000 into 20% if you need to work it. So that's all about the adjustments, right, under the business income. Then we can complete the business income calculation. So it's 1,801. Is this figures correct? Please check. Assessable business income 1,641. Here you can see 1,641. Then you can calculate the employment income as well. Then how much? 4,560. So then Kavisha rented his part of the residence to the business 60,000. So yeah, you need to get rent income. Under that, first you need to get what? Gross rental, how much? Per month rent is 60 into 12. Is that 60? Yes. 60 into 12, how much? 720. And then you can deduct if there is any rate paid, right? Rates paid. That is 60. So there is no actual repair. So here it's 660. So you know, for individual, even though there is no such actual repair and improvement cost, you can take the 25% gross rental as qualifying payment. 25% gross rental. So the gross rental is 720 into 25%, then how much?
180,000.
180. Yes, exactly. 180. So that is only applicable for individual. Please keep in mind. Don't try to do this adjustment in for a company, and this is a hidden adjustment. Never examiner give this adjustment. You have to do yourself this adjustment, right? Right. So then interest, gross interest 360 received, right? So no need to get the convert it, because they have directly given as gross interest. If they given the net interest, you have to divide by 95 and multiplied by 100 in order to convert net interest into the gross interest. Now no need to do this adjustment, because they have directly given 360 as what? The gross interest. But separate information given on this 360,000, the relevant withholding tax. Then how much the relevant withholding tax rate for interest?
5%.
5%. 5%. Then 360 into 5%, it's about
18.
18, just 18, right? So 18, that 18 you have to consider as what? Tax credit. Tax credit. Tax credit. Tax credit. So is there any other investment income? Kavisha made the following expenses: donation to the COVID-19 fund, that is a government fund, ne? So that is approved, that is a fund which in the list of the government, so that you can deduct up to any level of the donation. There is no restriction in the form of cash or otherwise. Right here, there are two donations. The previous donation, 50,000 donation, we cannot consider, because they have nothing given about where they have made to donation to whom, made in a form of the cash or goods, nothing, right? So here, COVID-19 fund, so no any restriction, either cash or goods, you can deduct 100,000, right? And the next thing is what? To approve charity, that also 100,000. So then there is a restriction on the approved charity in the cash donation, eh? So how much? The lower value of actual donation, no, maximum 75,000, no, 1/3 of the taxable income. So we'll calculate it later. So put a star mark on that as a reminder, right? So everything we have considered, then you can calculate the assessable income from investment clearly. Now here is that 1020. Is that 1020?
Yes, sir.
That 1020 you have to add as investment income. So now you can get the assessable income. So 9,521. So what are the available qualifying payment and relief? There is a personal.
Tax relief.
Yes, the personal tax relief. The students, please keep in mind, you need to apply the new personal tax relief after 1st January 2023. That's 1.2, not 3 million, right? So now you can calculate the taxable income, hypothetical taxable income here. 9,521 minus 1,200 minus 180 minus 100 without donation to approved charity. It's about 8,041. So you have to take 1/3 of that taxable income. 1/3 amount is something 2,680,333, right? So 2 million, let's say 2.6 million. Your actual cash donation is 100,000, but the maximum up to only allow 75,000 per 75,000 for individuals, right? So what is the lower value here? 75,000. So now you can get the total qualifying payment and relief 1,200 plus 180 plus 100, then 75 altogether 1,555.
Yes, sir.
Then 9,021 minus this value, you can take that your taxable income is 7,966. Based on that, you need to calculate what? The gross tax liability. Then how you can calculate this gross tax liability? Then I am write down a work in here to calculate that. Work in 1. Yeah, under that, how much the taxable income? 7,966. So when you calculate, so don't we get tax credit on FD as deductions? Yes, we took it. So here withholding on the interest mean FD interest. The student who asked that questions, did you get that? Shanika? We got it. Interest on FD 18. 316 to 5%, right? So we got it. Right. Here, the taxable income. So we have to split the taxable income. Is there any 10% applicable income here? That means, is there any capital gain?
No, sir.
No, there is no capital gain. There is no capital gain. So is there any terminal benefit? Is there any terminal benefit?
No.
No. Isn't there any terminal benefit? If there was terminal benefit, so you know how much you have to tax. First 10 million 0, next 10 million 6%, balance 12%, right? So is there any gain from betting and gambling?
No, sir.
Gain from betting, gambling, liquor and tobacco? No. So then it should be what? If there was, it should be 40%. Ne? So capital gain 10%. Ne? Right. So then we have to take what? Remaining taxable income. So how much in this case? The total taxable income is remaining. No, isn't there any don't have any other income, so the remaining taxable income should be taxed like this. You know, first 500 at, then here the 1000, right? Rupees in 1000, right? In 6%. Next 510, 12. Next 500 at 18. Next 500 at 24. Next 500 at 30. You can take up to 2.5 million. Your total taxable income should be 7.966 million. So how much the balance part? How much the balance? You can calculate
5,466.
Sorry?
5,466.
5,466 into 36. So please calculate. Here 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. Here how much?
1967.76.
1967.76. Then total? $2,417,076.
Yes, sir.
This should be the gross tax liability. So here you can take the gross tax liability 2,417.76, right? So how much the total tax credit available? Is that 162? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Then your balance taxable income should be 2,255.76. So this should be the answer. Then you will receive
Balance tax.
25 marks for this type of question. So anything do you need to know from these questions? Then now you have time to ask the questions, right? I will give you 2 minutes. So why some suggested answers? They have calculated tax liability from 600,000 and not 500,000. Nafia Najib, can you hear me? Nafia Najib, can you hear me? Then I can give you an answer. So if you can hear me, if you can't hear me, then there is no point. Then what is the reason? Yes, here. The reason is don't look at the suggested answers. Don't look at the suggested answers given by the AAT Sri Lanka, because those answers prepared based on the previous tax law. This 500 bucket change after 1st January 2023. But the AAT Sri Lanka inform us, the lecturers and the institute, right, educational institute, then we have to follow that changes to apply in 12 months, not to 3 months, right, for your betterment. So don't look at these, the suggested answers. The my class students, I always advise them not to see suggested answers other than case law question and the only case law question. It will not change, right? All the questions are changed now. Then now you know the VAT rate also changes 8% to 15%, right? So don't look at the answers. That is not wrong, because that answer given based on the that time tax law, but the tax law changed, right? So you have to be very careful. Don't look at the suggested answers. So hope you got the answer. Or else do you need further clarification? Najim? Clear. Right. So then we can move into the discussion of the company tax. So we can discuss the company tax, right? Section number 8. So now you can see the question number 8. The Electron Private Limited is the company engaged in the manufacturing electric items and the export to the foreign buyer and sell in the local market. The following information extracted from the financial statement for the year ended 31st March 2023. That means within that our year of assessment. So the net profit tax non profit before tax for the year year ended 31st March 2023 given as 81,341,400. And when you calculate that net profit or the profit before tax, the following other income already included in that above profit. You can see there are some investment income included in the profit. So the rent income and the interest income, this is investment. So can you take that as a business? You can't. You have to get that as investment income and you have to remove from above calculated net profit. So the administrative and the establishment expense including the following, right? The depreciation is not allowed. Is not allowed. And the COVID donation, any donation not allowed under the business income, but you can take that as a section 52 deduction, right? So the foreign traveling expense of director to meet the foreign customer. if there is some foreign traveling expenses for the business purpose, you can deduct that as an expense. If that is a personal expense, that is not allowed. The foreign traveling expense of the director to meet whom? Foreign customer, that means business purpose. Therefore, that is allowed to deduct. No need to do anything, right? Just you can write down it. And on his private tour is 2.15 million. That is not allowed. Not allowed. That is not allowed. The provision for the gratuity, you know, the provision is not allowed as per the section. What is the relevant section? Please let me know. The provision are not allowed. Why? Because what is the relevant section? Anyone? Anyone in the meeting? So what is the reason? Section 10. Section 10. Section 10. The repair expenditure on the rented property. Huh?
It should come under the investment income.
Right. The repair expenditure on the rented property. So is that income incurred for production of the business income?
No.
No. Therefore, you are not able to deduct that as an income as per section 11. That is not allowed. Not allowed because that is not incurred to earn the business income. But that repair expenditure you can deduct under the rent income. Clear? Because you incurred that repair expenses to incur, sorry, to production of business income, no, not the production of the business income, but the production of investment income. So you can deduct when you calculate the investment income, right? Did you get that point? Did you get that point?
Yes.
Then selling and distribution expenses. That selling and distribution expense include the following things. The bad, not debits, right? The bad debt charge. So on trade debtor, right? Here debtor, right? So the typo error. Right. The bad debts 445,000, that is allowed. Staff loan, you know, that is not allowed. Right? That is not allowed. This is allowed. You know, only allow actual bad debts relevant to the trade debtor. The foreign advertisement expenses, we have to assume that as an business income, so that is allowed. That is allowed to deduct. So the entertainment, you know, once the entertainment you see that is not allowed. Why? Because the section 10 directly given that this is not allowed. So the section, the finance expense, when we discuss the finance expense, what are the relevant sections? Please quickly tell me. What is the relevant section? Come in your mind. Can you remember?
Section
Section 12 and
18.
section 8, right? Under section 12, we have to check whether that the nature of the expense is allowed under 18, if it is allowed under the section 10, how much the maximum allowable finance cost. We have to give the outstanding loan outstanding amount and the equity for the year of assessment. So the relevant withholding tax on the interest has deducted. So is there an interest? Is there, yes, the interest income on the fixed deposit, right? Deducted. The following additional information also provided. There is investment property, the building, car used by the director, transport service. This information given to calculate the capital allowances, right? Estimated useful of the computer software is given for year. So in addition to the above information, a machinery purchase 2019 and 20 for 2.75 million disposed during the year of assessment, 2.36 on this transaction. Accordingly, profit adjusted to the profit before tax, we have to do that, right? That information relevant to this profit on disposal of the machinery, that is a business asset. Now you know. And the gratuity paid during the year, that is allowed. Normally, you know, the gratuity provision is not allowed. The gratuity paid is allowed. The tax loss brought forward from the previous year, you know, that is what? Section 19. Section 19, the self-assessment, that is tax credit. So one student asked a question, sir, could I know why got this arrears salary related to the 2021 and 2022, because we are calculating 2022 and 2023. The Shanika asked that question. Shanika, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Shanika, can you hear me? Yes, right? Shanika or Shanika, right? I don't know. Right. However, for the employment income, we calculate cash basis. Cash basis. Whatever the relevant period, the amount received in cash when you received it, year of assessment, we have to take that as an income, right? Even though that arrears salary is relevant to the 21 and 2022, we calculate based on what? Cash basis. Student, give me 1 minute, right? There is a problem in the network, so I will solve it within 1 minute, right? Please give me 1 minute. Right. Sorry, right? There was some issue in my laptop. That's why, right? Right. The self-assessment income for payment is this, right? So then we'll do the calculation here. So can you hear me? Please confirm whether I'm audible or not. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear.
Right. What is the name of the company? So we'll see. Right. So here, then you know the business income is there. Then there is investment income. Please keep in mind for a company, there is no employment income, right? You know that, right? Employment income is only applicable for the individual, right? So once we take these two, then you can calculate what? Total accessible income. So then you can deduct section 52 deduction. Qualifying payment and relief. Then you can calculate the taxable income. Then tax credit. Balance taxable income. So in what situation do we have to deduct the personal allowance or personal relief? Will they give? No, they will not give. They will not give. For an individual, you have to deduct. For individual calculation, you have to deduct. They will never give that, right? Profit before tax. How much? 81,341.4. So you have to adjust the given information here, right? Then we can get, there is a more important adjustment in this section. You can read, right? You can see, right? So investment income. So investment income also we have to take, right? So there is no much much investment income. Other income include the rent income and the interest income. So what I need to do, right? So here we have to deduct that invest interest and rent income. Here 1,800. Now we know the reason why we deduct that. So the rent income, so 1 million. So both we have to take under the investment income. So here interest. So how much the interest? 1.8 million, and the relevant withholding tax deducted, but this amount is gross. Then 1.8 million, 1.8 million into, sorry, 1,800 into how much? 0.5, maybe 5%. So here the value is what? Withholding on interest, because they have given the separate information, right? 90, you have to deduct that as a tax rate. So did you all understand that? Yes or no?
Sir, can you please explain it once more?
Huh?
How it was 90, sir?
90,800 into 5%.
Sir, can you show the working again?
Sorry?
Can you show the working again, sir?
There is no working on that because they have given, right? There is a interest income of 500,000, sorry, 1,800. Ne? So there is separate adjustment given, need to deduct. They have deducted relevant withholding tax. Now you have to know what is the relevant withholding tax rate. Right? What is the relevant tax rate for a company interest withholding tax rate?
So the interest income on fixed deposit is 1 million. Rent income from investment property is 1,800.
This should
Those
be
are
changed.
switched.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That should be done.
Then 1 million into 5% mean here should be 10. Ne?
It should be
Not
50,
10,
sir.
50. Huh?
50.
50, yes,
50.
50.
It should be 50, right? Right. It should be 50. So then, Okay. Then that's all about the interest and rent. Then profit on disposal of machinery. So is that a business income? Yes or no?
Yes. So
That is a business income. Profit on disposal. But the problem is that disposal income calculated as per accounting methods. Ne? So we have to calculate that 665 you have to minus because that is a accounting one. So we need to calculate how much the gain or loss for tax purpose. How then you can calculate sales proceeds. How much the sales proceeds? They have given directly. Here you can see under the property, plant and equipment, the first bullet point. Sorry, the separate machinery purchase 1920 at 2.75 million, sold at 2,360 million. 2,360. That is the sales proceeds. That is the sales proceed, right? Yes or no? Then
Yes,
you have to deduct what? Tax written down value. Tax written down value. How you can calculate the tax written down value? Cost minus accumulated depreciation. So the cost is given. $2,750. Sorry, cost 2,750. Then what is the year of estimate which purchase that asset? 1920. So 20 and 21. 21 and 2022. We are in 2022 and 2023. Now you know the disposed year you are not able to get the capital allowance. How many years? Only 3 years. Right? So 2,750 into 20% into 3 years. How much?
1,650.
1,650. 600. $1,260. That we call, but there is a profit. So that is
Accessible charges.
the accessible charge to 1,260. So here, accessible charge mean gain for tax purpose. 1,260. So then we consider this one, and then there is a depreciation charge. So depreciation, what we need to do? We need to add back how much?
6,320.
Huh?
6,320.
So instead of that, we can calculate what?
Capital allowance.
Capital allowances. We need to do a separate working for that. So how we can do that? So working to what are the assets available? So please help me, right? Otherwise it will take much time. So here you can see under the adjustment number 7. So 6 we considered. Investment property, land. We are not taking that because that is not a business asset. Ne?
Yeah.
Not eligible. Because to get the capital allowances, it should be employed for the production of the business income. And also it should be incurred during the, it should be business asset, right? So then next one, build into is how much? 1920.
8,200 into 5.
5%.
Yeah.
How much? 410.
410.
Then car used by
Car
the
use-
director.
Not allowed.
Then when they have purchased
1920.
1920, how much?
Oh.
How much the cost?
12,000.
12,000. But as you told, it is not allowed. Why? Because what is the reason? That is not used for the business purpose,
Yeah.
but used for the personal traveling. Eh?
Oh.
So then transport lorry, how much?
2020.
20 and 2021.
8,000.
8,000, you know, that is 20%.
1,600.
1,600. For the machinery,
1920.
1920
6,700.
into 20%.
Yeah. 1,340.
1,340. Computers,
1920.
yes,
1,250.
1,250 into
20%.
then 250.
Yeah.
Sir, for building 20% or 5%, that is 5%. So we took that as an 5%. So one student asked questions that regarding the employment income, the students, I change that amount, that means the arrears salary, right? Arrears salary, right? That arrears salary for 2021 and 2022, then I made that as an 2022 and 2023. Yes or no?
Yes.
I changed that, right? I forgot to tell that, right? That is right. So any other computer software?
2021.
2021, the value is
1,950.
950. They have given extra
4 years.
number of years, then you can deduct that. Whether you have to check whether they have fully claimed, ne? 2021 1 year, 21 and 2022, 2020 and 2023, that is third year, then you can take, ne?
Yeah.
1,950 divided by 4 mean 400.
87.5.
487.4. Yes. Then one student asks, instead of this rate, whether they can use the years, then you can use, right? Whatever the way, right? Doesn't matter. Both are correct. Right. That is how much, Puta? Total?
4,087.5.
Yes, 4,087.5. $4,087.5. Right. Then donation, that is not allowed. How much? 1,920. 1,420. So here under that donation COVID-19, you can take that as right. Foreign traveling, there are two foreign traveling. First one, to meet supplier, that is allowed. Second one, private traveling. That is not allowed, so you need to add back. Then how much? 2,150. The gratuity provisions, 780 not allowed. The repair expenditure, you know that is not allowed. But you can get that repair expense under where? You can get under the investment income. Ne? So how much the rent? 1,800. Here 1,000. Ne? So you can get repair expense because it is no need to compare the 25% allowance because this is because this is not individual tax, right? Say company tax, right? So we will not going to compare with the 25% allowance here because that is not a individual tax. So the selling and distribution under that bad debts, trade debtor, allow, staff loan, not allow. Staff loan is how much? 380. You need to add back. Foreign advertisement, normally we have to think that is for business purpose, so allow. If such anything not specifically given, that is allowed. So entertainment 750, you need to add back. Then we have already discussed what is the reason for that. Then finance expenses, have they given any information to loan account? Loan, that means the financial details to calculate under 7th section. Right, to calculate the section 18, have they given the loan balance and the equity? No. At that time, so the finance cost, you have to check only under section 12. Here, let's see whether that the finance cost incurred to production of business income. The company OD interest, normally that is OD taken for what? The working capital management. But the director's finance, director's housing loan interest is allowed. Is that allowed? No. Why? That is not incurred to production of the business income. So house, the interest paid, director's housing loan 710, you have to add 710, you have to add. So OD interest allowed, normally allowed. Clear? So the relevant with any doubt about that? Any doubt? Any doubts? Students, can you hear me?
No doubt, sir.
No doubts, right? So the following additional information under that property, plant and equipment we considered, right? Then the gratuity payment is there 1,450. So gratuity payment, even we not allow the gratuity provision, Gratuity payments are allowed. How much? 1,450. So you have to deduct that. So then then this is much important. Please put a star mark, section 19. Here, section 19. Brought forward tax loss. We have to do this adjustment at the end. Self-assessment payment is 6 million. Right. So please get the sum of the minus column and the plus column here quickly. Is this figures correct? Yes. So then we have to adjust section 19 here. Brought forward tax loss. Then you can deduct any previous year, any previous 6 year, any previous 6 year brought forward unrecovered tax loss. So how much the given tax loss? The tax loss was 6,850. So you have to check whether is there any enough income to recover that 6,850. Yes, we have 86 million. So now you can deduct that. So after deducting that brought forward tax loss, you can take the assessable income from the business 79,355.9. So that is assessable income from business. Assessable business income. Assessable income, investment income. 2,000, how much?
2,703.
703. Right, there is no other qualifying payment, no personal relief applicable for this, right? Nothing else. Don't deduct that 25% allowance on rental. Please don't deduct anything. So your taxable income 80,638.9. Am I correct? So now you need to calculate the tax liability, gross tax liability. Is there any? Why personal allowances is not deducted? It is personal allowance. Please think that as a personal allowance. It's only for individuals. වචනේම තියෙනවා. That is only for individual, personal. So this is not a personal, this is a company. So that is not applicable. When we take the qualifying payment, some qualifying payment only applicable for the individual, some qualifying payment only applicable for the entities, partnership and the company, non-profit organization, NGO, unit trust, right? So what is the tax rate? Now, if there is any gain from the liquor, tobacco and betting and gambling, including this taxable income, it should be taxed at 40%. So other than that, the gain from the liquor, tobacco, betting and gambling, all the income should be taxed at 30%. Now there is no such different tax rate, only 30%. Right? So here. So in this case, no gain from the liquor, tobacco, betting and gambling. So you can tax at total 80,638,900 at 30%. So your value, the tax liability should be 24,191.67. Then you can deduct 6,050 as tax credit. So balance taxable income is 18,141.67. But any doubt about this calculation? Any doubt about this calculation?
Sir, can you show the total accessible income?
Sorry? Can you?
Total accessible income.
Total?
Total accessible income.
That means you need to show it.
Yes, sir, yes.
Yeah. Right. Is there any problem? So I have taken 30 minutes, right? More than 30 minutes, what I am trying to cover that within 2 hours, right? However, then I have taken 20 minutes more than that. So any problem from this area? Any questions? Any questions? So is there any member of the vLearning team? Yes.
Yes, sir.
vLearning term, can you explain the question number 7, please? Right? 7 mean what? So there is no enough time, right? Because I have. Then I will let you know about this. What you want to know, Puta, right? From that one. So you can do that yourself and you can contact me if any clarification need, right? Then I will give you my contact number, right? This note 7662066774. Right. So if you all are okay, then I will discuss that part quickly. So what is your opinion?
Okay, sir.
So others? Fathers?
Okay, sir.
Right. Then I will quickly discuss, right, without wind up the class, right? So here the JMC Consolidated Limited is a registered company under the value-added tax. They conduct the business manufacturing of elements to export, export and the local manufacture. The following information for the quarter ended 31st December 2022 was extracted from the books of the company. Details of sales for the quarter ended 31st December as follows. So here what you need to do, right? So first output VAT. sorry, input VAT. So here input VAT. Under that input VAT, you can see, right? Sales made on SVAT customer. Supply to SVAT supplier. Then I will not going to discuss in detail what is the SVAT and all, right? So 30 million. So now you know on SVAT supply, then you will not receive this 15% on cash. Instead of that, you will receive what? You will receive what? SVAT credit vouchers, right? Credit vouchers, right? Not receive the cash. Made to local manufacturer, 45,425, right? Local sale, other than SVAT, 45,425,000 at 15%. Now the tax rate is 15%. How much? Is 6,813 point, sorry, 13,750. So the total amount is, now you can take 11,313,500, right? No, there is a above sale company dispose. In addition to above sale company dispose computed 1,420,000. That also should be taken. Right? That also should be taken. Computer dispose, how much for that? Please help.
1,420,000.
That should be also, that also should be taxed at 14%, right? That 213,000. Then you can take all together. $11,526,750 then. So then you can deduct allowable input VAT. So what are the given allowable input VAT? So there are some disallowable input VAT. Now you know import of raw material. So no need to apply the VAT rate because they have given the paid VAT. So don't apply that 15% on this 2.25 million because they have given the following input VAT incurred, right? On repair of the machinery, we have to take because that machinery used for business income earning. If there is a repair, the VAT paid on repair of car used by the director, that is not allowed, right? Kind of, right? On repair of traveling vehicle, normally traveling vehicle are not allowed. Repair of traveling vehicle not allowed. Not allowed. So then SVAT credit vouchers collected on SVAT. SVAT credit vouchers collected. Then how much they collected SVAT? Then here 15% into this value. Let's see, right? Brought forward in input VAT 45,000. 45,000. So here total input VAT here you can take 2,310,000 plus brought forward input VAT how much? 45,000. So altogether you can transfer this side. $2,355,000. Here you can see 9,171,175. Here VAT payable. You can deduct SVAT credit voucher collected. How much? We have already taken that 4.5 million. Yes, sir. I told you it will not received in cash, right? So 4.5 and the installment paid how much? How much? Installment paid
800.
800. So rupees not in thousand, right? We did the test and rupees. So altogether how much? 5,300. Ne? $3,871,750. That is what? Balance VAT payable. Right. Any issue on that? I did that part with the request of the students. Hope now you all can understand that how you can deal with the VAT question. Any doubt? Any doubt? Right. So the vLearning admin is there. Any member or admin?
Yes, sir.
Then can you share that the feedback link to the chat?
Sure.
Right. Then they will fill it. So my dear students, so now the vLearning admin will share feedback form, Google form, that means a Google sheet to collect your feedback. Please give your honest feedback, right? Right. As a gratitude, ne? Then I have consumed a considerable time to explain this important area. So please give your feedback to that link, right? Okay, then thank you very much for your participation. Thank you very much inviting me to do this session, vLearning team. And I wish you all the very best for your exam. So if you have any question, please contact me and clarify it. Right. Thank you very much and good night to all.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Thank you,
you,
sir.
sir.
God bless you, sir.
So
Thank you.
please